Greetings, Winston-Salem community member. We are excited to provide you with a volunteer overview presentation for the Reading Warriors project. First, I want to say you are embarking upon a mission to serve children in our school districts, and by doing this, you will help us to reach our ultimate goal of 90% of third graders on grade level by the year of 2025. The exciting part of this is these are students who are currently in kindergarten. Yes, we said kindergarten. What better grade to start off the year right and to start off their educational journey? And so the whole presentation today will give you an overview of how you can serve kindergarten and first grade students here in Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools. I'm Dr. Paula Wilkins. I am the Executive Director of Project Impact. And Reading Warriors is a collaborative project between Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools and Read, Write, Spell. And we've been on a mission to work together to find a way to get volunteers like you to serve students to help them to grow as readers. So we are excited that 17 elementary schools in Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools have decided to be a Reading Warrior participating school. Each of these schools, each principal has decided to welcome volunteers to serve at least 40 kindergarten students and 20 first grade students for Reading Warriors. So if you count that up, we need at least 40 volunteers to help with this project. So for the 17 schools participating in the project, you will provide a 30-minute intervention twice a week with a structured volunteer reading remediation program. Tutors will work with kindergarten students with a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning for every tutor, there will be 2 students you will serve in kindergarten. And for first grade, for every student, there will be 1 volunteer. You will receive critical training to help you ensure your success with the program. For the kindergarten program, we're going to use an intervention called Road to the Code. And for first grade, we're partnering with our partners at Read, Write, Spell to use the Reading Foundations curriculum to serve our first grade students. Data from beginning of year DIBLS, which stands for Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills, will be used to serve students who are at the intensive support level, who score at the need for additional support for reading, growth based on foundational skills. So what will you do as a Reading Warrior tutor? You will provide support with focus skills. Tutors will provide check-ins twice during the program in November and again during March as they serve the students with the Reading Warriors project. The training for the volunteers will happen in late September and early October, with our hope to start our initial group sometime in October between mid or end of October. Our interventions will continue from beginning of year to the middle of the year, and then we'll reassess our students to see what their progress looks like. If students progress and they meet the grade level expectation or exceed expectations for foundational skills and literacy, they will of course exit the Reading Warriors program, and then they will just continue with the great instruction with their regular teacher. If they still need additional support, you as a volunteer will continue with that student throughout the year. Don't worry, if your student exits the program, we'll make sure to find a student in need of support so you can continue as a Reading Warrior throughout the year. So what will you focus on as you provide support to students? The focus of the Reading Warriors program will be phonological awareness. You will provide support to the student looking at the word awareness, helping to support with rhyme and alliteration, the syllable awareness, working to support with onset and rhyme, as well as phonemic awareness, helping students to blend words, to isolate phonemes within words, to segment and break those words apart, as well as doing activities to manipulate sounds as they learn the fundamentals to become a reader. So for the kindergarten program, the intervention Road to the Code will allow you to progress through 44 lessons and activities to support the students. The focus will be on phonemic awareness and letter sound correspondence. Some examples of the lessons include the following activities: Say It and Move It, letter name and sound instruction, and phonological awareness activities. Here's a brief lesson snapshot of what lessons 1 and lessons 44 look like for the Road to the Code intervention. As you see it, the 3 parts with Say It and Move It letter name and sound instruction, and phonological awareness practice are included for all the lessons within the instructional activity. So what are the expectations of the support and training for a tutor for kindergarten? Well, you will receive up to 12 hours of support, a minimum of 4 hours a session that you will undergo modules in a virtual training environment. The first module will focus on building relationships with students and teachers, the building blocks of reading, focused on the big 5 of reading, which is phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. All of those are the building blocks that help to grow reading, with phonemic awareness and phonics being critical parts of the reading code. You'll focus on the simple view of reading and what it means piece by piece to chunk and support to grow a reader. You look at the road to the code format, looking at the lesson plan template, the instructional materials you will use, as well as the follow-up video support to ensure your success as you do the lessons. And then we'll also help you review the documentation expected as a volunteer following each lesson that you provide to the students. For our first grade program, it's very similar to what we do with the Road to the Code for kindergartners. The first grade program has a few expectations for students as they end the program. We want to ensure that they have phonological awareness skills at the word, syllable, and phoneme levels. We want them to understand the alphabetical principle. We want them to be able to write all their letters legibly, as we know reading and writing are truly connected activities. We want them to read and spell consonant, vowel, consonant words accurately, including words with diagraphs and welded sounds. And we also want them to demonstrate improved listening comprehension skills, because we know that listening comprehension is a precursor to reading comprehension. And just as with Road to the Code, here's a lesson snapshot to show you the components that you will do as a volunteer with the lesson provided with the Reading Foundations curriculum. So lesson 1, for example, looks at consonant sounds, but you will always do phonological awareness activities, looking at word syllable level, and then you'll do phonemic awareness activities and listening comprehension. Our first grade tutor expectations, there's a 2-day training, and this training will be done in person with 6 hours per day of training. Remember, you're working with students one-on-one instead of a small group like with our kindergartners. You'll attend the 3 hours of the follow-up training on community engagement and safe interaction with children. This is a requirement of the curriculum that you will be using. And just like with our kindergarten curriculum, you'll provide 30 minutes of instruction, followed by a listening comprehension activity twice a week with our students, and you'll complete a very simple documentation form of the lesson provided with our students. So one of the things we want you to know is we're going to evaluate the project, and everything that you provide us will be essential to that goal. Tutors need to make sure that they sign in and out with the main office the 2 times a week. They are providing the instructional support as a reading warrior. And at the end of each lesson, there will be a space at the school that will allow you to complete a very short form, just telling us how your lesson went. It'll include things like the date, your name as a tutor, and the student you served, the information on the lesson conducted. Was it successful? Were there any challenges? Was the student present? Was the student attentive to you as a volunteer? And then it'll allow you to provide any additional comments that you have at the conclusion of the lesson. As we look at implementing our Reading Warriors project in our evaluation, we want to know how are our students progressing, and we're going to look at the assessments that they take to see their improvements over time. This includes both their beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year data with Dibbles, as well as the fidelity and check-in progress checks you will do as a tutor in November and March. We will also provide the support with some walkthrough check-ins of your lessons throughout the year by either Winston-Salem Forsyth County District personnel or Read, Write, Spell to just provide you with additional support as a tutor. Now, I'm sure you're asking, we've given you a lot of information. Now, how do you sign up to be a Reading Warrior? Well, the sign-up process is easy. You will go to the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Volunteer website, which is included here. On the application, volunteers will need to select one of the 17 schools that we listed above for the Reading Warriors project under the school or group section drop-down menu. Be sure to make sure that you click Project Impact Reading Warriors on the kind of service list so that we can ensure you get signed up as an interested participant with the Reading Warriors project. After you are cleared as a volunteer through the Winston-Salem Forsyth County volunteer process, you'll be contacted by a Project Impact staff member with more information about the program and the required training and clearances that will be needed for you to move ahead. So I know you might still have questions. Well, we definitely have answers that can support you. There are multiple ways you can reach out to us if you have additional questions or need more information as you make your decision to serve our students in kindergarten and first grade as a reading warrior. You can email us at info@projectimpact.ws. You can call our Reading Warriors information line at 336-705-1839. Now note, this is an information line that does not have a live person who will answer, but if you leave us a message, we'll make sure to give you a call back. You can also visit us on the Project Impact website where all the Reading Warrior information will be posted, and that website is projectimpact.ws. So thank you for taking the time to listen as we provide you with information about the Reading Warriors project. We can't wait to see you in our schools. Thank you so much for your support.